We all want to travel and experience the world. Some people call it wanderlust, others call it the travel bug, but the truth is that this trait is universally adored, understood, and sometimes even encouraged. However, there are limits placed on certain things for a reason, and no matter how much you try to find justification behind something that you want to do, it is just not right. And it might sometimes come with severe consequences as well. Today's video covers such an incident, where a man lost his life because he refused to heed the signs. Greetings, salutations, and welcome to our channel. Today, we're here to cover the bizarre story of John Allen Chau and the Sentinelese tribe. As always, before we begin, please make sure to press the like button and subscribe to support our channel so we can bring you more quality stories like this. Also, if you don't want to miss a single one of our uploads, press the bell notification button and turn on YouTube notifications on your smartphone. John Allen Chau was born on December 18, 1991 in Alabama, but he grew up in Vancouver, Washington. He was born to a Chinese father who was a psychiatrist and an American mother who was an attorney. He also had two siblings as he grew up as well. As he grew up, it was abundantly clear to all that John intensely became interested in two things, and those were outdoor experiences and Jesus Christ. Of course, John came from a strict religious background, and his family were members of an international Pentecostal church known as the Assemblies of God. They were even known to speak in tongues at times. He also attended Vancouver Christian High School, a rather close school with approximately 90 students that was spread across 7 grades. John's school life was nothing if not fruitful. He took part in clubs, charities, and other extracurriculars with such enthusiasm that everybody saw him as a natural overachiever. In Pentecostal, scouring organization named the Royal Rangers, he received a gold medal of achievement, which is said to be a rank equivalent to Eagle Scout. One of the strict requirements to be awarded this medal is to either read or listen to the entire Bible. Overachiever indeed. It was clear that he loved to camp, hike, and travel overall. One only had to take a look at his Instagram page for proof. He was also known for his tendency to quote Jim Elliot on his Facebook page. Jim Elliot was one of the 5 missionaries killed in Ecuador in 1956, so you know he has deep roots in his religion that he adores. Now that we know of his past, let's return back to the present. It was sometime around mid-October of 2018. John Allen Chau, now a 27-year-old American, found himself in Port Blair, the capital of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. He already had a great goal set in mind as well, to venture to a place nobody even dared to, the North Sentinel Islands. It is widely known that the North Sentinel Islands are inhabited by the Sentinelese, a tribe that has not had contact with the modern world for over 60,000 years. Of course, there's a reason why they've not had any contact for so long. It's because the tribe has a history of being violent in their pursuit of staying disconnected, even going as far as using bows and arrows to violently murder all those who happen to arrive on their island. One good example took place in the year 2006, where 2 Indian fishermen found themselves being carried by a current as they landed on the shores of North Sentinel. The Sentinelese tribe, who were protected under Indian law, murdered them for trespassing. While it may seem extreme, there is a solid reasoning as to why people are prohibited from entering. After all, they lack immunity to common diseases like flu or measles, which would decimate their population if it ever gets into their ecosystem through an overzealous traveler. Another unknown factor regarding John was that he was a Christian missionary. He knew of the fate that befell everyone who had ever attempted to reach out to the Sentinelese people before, but he didn't care. He knew that something similar could happen to him, but it didn't faze him. He even went as far as to leave a note to his family, claiming that he was aware that he could be killed. But in the event that that did happen, his family should not be angry at the Sentinelese tribe or at God if he does get killed on the island. It was the 14th of November at 8 PM when John Allen Chau and some of the men that he had contacted set off for the North Sentinel Island. They decided to use the darkness to hide from the Indian Navy and Coast Guard from noticing them. The two factions guard the waters only for the sole reason of stopping any unfortunate souls that happened to be dead set on setting foot on North Sentinel Island. The ground even disguised themselves as fishermen for good measure. He paid the team of fishermen 25,000 Indian rupees in order to get them to agree. They reached the island around midnight as John climbed onto a kayak that they'd pulled along with the boats that they came in on as he set off to the island shores alone. The fishermen that joined John knew exactly how dangerous the Sentinelese were, and they decided to stay back. Instead, they kept contact with John by constantly visiting a fixed position a safe distance away from the shores of the island, where John could contact the fishermen again during fixed times if he wanted to. It is said that John made multiple trips to the island since then, as police read up much of the details from the journal that he had left behind. The journal contained scribbles that suggested that John was willing to go through anything just to make contact with the Sentinelese, and to get them to understand the message of Christianity. He even went as far as carrying scissors, safety pins, a football, as well as a Holy Bible with him at all times. Ironically, when these items were found, the Bible was penetrated by an arrow that was shot by a Sentinelese native. Of course, the Bible was not the only thing that met such a fate. One only needs to read the last few notes that John left behind in his 13-page journal to understand how determined he was. Dated as an entry from November 16th, it takes the form of a goodbye. To quote, "You guys might think I'm crazy, but I think it is worth it to declare Jesus to these people." The letter went on. "Please do not be angry at them or at God if I get killed. Rather, please live your lives in obedience to whatever He has called you to, and I will see you again when you pass through the veil," Chau has written. Right after writing this entry, John planned to head to the southwest-ish part of the North Sentinel Island, as he handed over his notebook to the fisherman that brought him in on the boat all that distance. Just like before, he got on the kayak as he set off to the island, not knowing that he will never return. The police reports claim that the fisherman that John Allen Chau had hired returned on the morning of November 17th, just to be greeted by the sight of a group of Sentinelese burying John's body on the very shores that he got off at. What they saw filled them with fear as they turned back and immediately made their way to Port Blair, where they met a friend of John's as they informed him of the fate that had met on the island. The group of fishermen handed John's journal to him as they filled him in on exactly what they saw when they made their way there. This friend essentially reached out and spread the word, making sure that John's mother got the news as well. To this day, John's body is buried within the shore of the North Sentinel Island. Due to how hostile the Sentinelese are when it comes to outside contact, there's no guarantee if we will ever get the chance to recover the body again. However, the authorities have tried to do their part, as the Andaman and Nicobar police, alongside the Indian Coast Guard, carried out aerial surveys on the North Sentinel Island to make heads or tails of the situation. The police even went as far as reaching out to anthropologists and other experts to ask if there will be any chance to recover John Allen Chau's body from the island shore. However, through all this, John's family let out an emotional message. They claimed that they will respect the wishes of their son, as they will forgive the Sentinelese, and that even if he was treated in an aggressive manner, their son had nothing but love for the tribe. After many failed attempts in the past by the Indian government to reach out to the Sentinelese, they now follow a more passive policy towards the tribe. They decided to not interfere with the affairs of the tribe or invade their lifestyle. However, to ensure that they're still doing fine, the government occasionally sends out boats and helicopters to see if they're alright. An example of such a moment happened in 2004, where a devastating tsunami struck India, killing a lot of people. The Indian Coast Guard, worried about how the North Sentinel Island people had fared, decided to send out a helicopter to see if they were doing fine. However, upon noticing the helicopter, the tribe shot arrows at it, even leading to one of the most iconic pictures ever to be shot at the tribe. The photograph was a testament as to how the Sentinelese treated anything that was remotely modern. John thought that his case would be different, and that he would be accepted. He thought wrong, and he paid for it with his life. We've now reached the end of today's video. Did you like the story? For more interesting stories like this, subscribe to our channel and press that bell button to get updated every single time we upload a new video. Make sure to like this video and share it with your friends and family. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.